This next young man, I saw a quote recently come through Twitter. I follow John Gordon, and those of you who follow John Gordon, you know he's a motivational speaker, very well spoken, says a lot of things that make sense. And he said, leadership is a transfer of belief. Okay? Leadership is a transfer of belief. I remember, I can't remember which game because I yelled at officials a lot. But I remember one game where I was a little heated, a little upset, and I remember this player just putting his hands on me and saying, "Coach, relax. Don't worry about it. We got it." I don't need to do anything else. Okay? I don't need to do anything else. When my players are empowering themselves and feeling like that, there's nothing you as a coach really needs to do except ride it and let them go with it. And that's leadership. And from when this young man, notice I said young, not short. I don't know if he's ever been short. But when this young man was younger, things did not always go easy for him. He had huge expectations. People always pinned things on him, which I thought to be very unfair for him and his growth. But within our program, the most important position is probably the point guard position. The second most important position is the four-man, because that guy makes a lot of decisions for our team, especially offensively. He has to handle the ball quite a bit, just like a point guard does. He has to make decisions on where to pass the basketball. Oftentimes, he is the person who determines where to throw the ball against pressure to make sure that we beat it or not. And to see how much this young man has grown in that role tells me that he has grown a lot and grown tremendously in his time within our program. Not to mention, when he was sitting beside us on the bench, you know, coach is always bugging me. Get him back in, we need his rebound. Get him back in, we need his rebound. Like, Kellen Williams was an amazing rebounder. Like, we won a district championship because, in large part, him being able to rebound just like a man. We play some really, really good teams that put a lot of pressure on you to rebound the basketball. And if you're not physical and you're not tough, you're not going to get boards. And boards are really, really important. This young man got some huge rebounds for us. Huge rebounds. Ones where we just turned and looked at each other as a staff and said, wow. Like, wow, did you see that? He will be taking his basketball talents to sunny Florida at Flagler College. He's made his decision. That is in St. Augustine, Florida. If you've ever driven through St. Augustine, it's beautiful. The college campus is right on the Atlantic Ocean. It's a very Spanish type of feel to the campus and to that community. He got a full scholarship, so his candy bar award is $100,000 because I'm sure he has saved his parents about $100,000 himself. Any debts coming out of college, probably pretty close to $100,000. So congratulations, Tom Collier.
First, I would like to thank everybody who has helped me to where I am today. My parents, coaches, teammates, athletic trainers, managers, everybody who's made all this possible. I've been very lucky to be a part of this basketball team for 4 years, all 4 years of my high school career. Unfortunately, I missed out on playing competitive basketball and building that early chemistry with my teammates as they did when they were young. I was going to school together. I didn't really start playing competitive basketball until I was in 7th grade, and that's when I discovered AAU. When I started, I was very much behind. I played in a rec league in Shippensburg. that year, that spring, has really helped me a lot to grow. By the time I reached that summer, I was had met Coach Scheffler, and I started playing for the 9th grade summer league basketball team going into my 8th grade year. That winter, I was very fortunate to be given a spot on the 9th grade basketball team as an 8th grader. And after that, things kind of clicked for me, and I began to build goals. My biggest goal was probably to play college basketball somewhere. I didn't know where at the time, but that was probably my biggest goal. As a freshman, I was very lucky to have a spot on the varsity basketball team. It was an honor to be on a team with great players who were step-by-step rebuilding this program after Coach Scheffler came back the year before. My freshman year, our team was kind of mediocre. We made districts. We ended up losing in the first round to Central Gulf and East. My sophomore year was almost a repeat of my freshman year. We had a different group of seniors. That group really paved the way for this program to become superior again, and it left behind a great culture that we've been building on for the past few years. As Coach Scheffler says, and I've heard countless times, our culture doesn't graduate. During my junior year, I was part of an extremely special team, a group of guys I've been playing with since I was in 8th grade. We graduated 8 seniors, which obviously was a pretty hard thing to do, considering I was probably 3/4 of our team last year. We had a very, very special season. We placed second in the district. We made the state tournament. But this year, I think it was, for me, being a senior, I think it was even more special for me. We fell short of some goals that we had set, but we also accomplished a lot of goals that we set. We've done things that haven't been done in a very long time. We achieved Mid-Penn Commonwealth title for the first time in over 20 years. As Coach Scheffler already said pretty much all this, but I had already written it down. So we won our first Mid-Penn playoff game. And this year we also won 20 basketball games, which doesn't happen very often at all. We obviously didn't make it to where we wanted to be, but this year I think our senior group and this team in general have really carried the program higher and higher as we've been doing for the past couple of years. And for these young players, I would just say, like these middle school players, don't take advantage of, when you have free time, take advantage of the fact that Coach Scheffler here is going to let you into the gym whenever you want. Do things on your own. Just don't take this time for granted because it's going to go very fast. And if you have a big goal or big dreams of playing college basketball or something like that, it's going to take every hour you possibly get into it. Like I said, my goal since I started playing AAU basketball is kind of to play college basketball. I'd like to especially thank my mother for everything she's done for me, because without her I wouldn't be able to make it here. She keeps me going every day. She's the strongest and smartest woman I know. She's the one who gets me up before she has to get up to go to breakfast club in the morning, which most people probably say you wake yourself up, but my mom went the extra mile, got up to wake me up for that, and she's encouraged me to do more and more things to be able to succeed. Talk to me in times like Coach Scheffler said when I was younger, freshman, sophomore year, kind of felt down about some things, like things were getting pinned on me. But overall, she's been the most amazing mother anyone could have. Like Coach Scheffler said, I'll be attending Flagler College in St. Augustine, Florida, to continue my basketball and academic career. And thank you to everybody who supported this program and my time being here. And everybody that makes everything